Are you ready?
Yo, what's going on? Coming in for another no item video here, running Peppy Gals. I'm gonna go over the team real quick, and then I'm gonna let it just play out. I don't. This is long. The Peppy Gals just don't hit that hard. This is that they're on only a 120 lead. That is also kind of a reason to. This is why Videl is like such a massive buff of Peppy Gals. She does a ton of damage, and she's a one. I think she's a 170 lead, so she just has a lot of value here. But she ain't out yet, which is fair. I mean, at this point in time, she wasn't out yet even for JP. So, Khalifa here. In the first two stages, you will have a Pure Saiyans available. So she will have her guaranteed dodge. So in the first two stages, she's like perfect. You can't ask for anything else. Oceanus, she is going to be a floating unit, but she will seal. She does have a high chance, I believe it is, to stun for one turn, one like carry it. When the enemy is attack lowered, I believe she gets a guaranteed double super, something like that. So very valuable, and she raises her greatly. I think it's just raises. She just raises her defense on super attack. Let's pull her up back up. I don't remember her passive that well. She just raises. And then if the enemy is an attack down or defense down, she becomes super effective against all types and has a high chance to stun if they're already sealed, which works out perfectly because she seals on her super. So super powerful. What else matters? Oceanus has metamorphosis, very valuable. Yeah, Rebrianne is arguably the GOAT. So Rebrianne, besides being the leader, she does just so much. So it transforms right away, which is a little annoying and why this becomes so long. Her and Launch transforming instantly just makes everything take forever. Rebrand seals. She gets 10% attack and defense, and all enemies attack and defense 10% minus per Peppy Gal's ally on the team. You obviously are running a full Peppy Gal's team, so that means she is getting an extra 30% attack and defense. She is also lowering their attack and defense by another 30%. She also gives Peppy Gal allies 2 key 30% attack and defense. So she is doing a ridiculous ton of shit. This Kale becomes the GOAT in the very end, actually. She stacks attack and defense, lowers enemy defense, which normally doesn't help, but it will help Ocean. She gets... Well, none of this works. She gets an additional super attack if you're versing a Pure Saiyan. She has that guaranteed double super if there's a Pure Saiyan. Now this is where she goes nuts. She guards all attacks if Khalifa is in the attacking turn. So, I am pretty much locked into keeping her and Khalifa together. Now, they're a fantastic combo, don't get me wrong. Until you get to the last fight. The last fight, there is no Pure Saiyan. So, both of them, not Kale, but, well, no, kinda, yeah. Both of them get hard nerfed. So, no Pure Saiyan in the very last fight means we don't have a guaranteed double super. And then that means there's no triple super. So that will affect her stacking ability. Because now instead of getting 2 stacks every fight, every turn, she's getting 1, maybe 2, right? Tech Khalifa, she still has a chance to dodge. I believe it's a 60% chance to dodge. 8% per Universe 6 Peppy Gal category ally on team. 8 times 6 is 4. No, but I think it counts if they're double. So, like, for instance, hail would count as 16%. It's something like that. She still has a very high chance to dodge, even when there isn't a Pure Saiyan on the enemy attacking side. She does have a medium chance for an additional attack to become a super attack when she's with Kale. So they also share like 6 out of 7 links. Like they're literally just, they were made to be run together. Like there's really no question. And then we have Tewa. Now this is new, I guess, for us. This was, I don't believe she was out when JP was doing this. She will lower attack and seal. Quite nice. Attack and defense is 100%. All allies 3 keep 30% attack and defense. And now RNG hits. She has a 50% chance for 10% attack. A 50% chance for a 10% defense. And if your health, now this is where this is why she comes in. If your health ever drops below 50%, she will heal you 50%. And give extreme class allies 50% attack and defense. Now on this team, only Oceanus qualifies for the attack and defense buff, but that's fine. We only really care for the heal. That's a big boy heal right there. Then we get to, I guess, the last person is Launch. Launch transforms right away. Annoying. Greatly lowers attack and defense. That is a 30% buff for 3 turns debuff on super attack. She can launch 2 additional attacks. Both have a 50% chance to become a super attack from her passive. So now she supers once. In potential system, we get 2 more chances for a super attack, right? Then her hidden potential system could kick in. We're looking at a possibility of 4 super attacks, all greatly lowering attack and defense. So whoever she attacks is done. Like she does about 1 mil. So damage wise, she does, you know, about like 4 mil, 3 mil. So she does like okay damage. Like that's not for me. But lowering their attack that much every super attack, they're done. They can't damage anyone no matter how hard they try. He also will seal for 1 turn. He only does it when there's another Peppy Gal's category ally attacking in the same turn, but obviously the full team's Peppy Gal, so he will get that seal. That part actually messed me up for a while because I didn't realize it was only 1 turn. I kept thinking it was a 2 turn, but yeah. So other units that you could talk about, the AGL Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa that Easy Aid. She's okay. She just, if she doesn't dodge, like your just butt cheeks are just flapped instantly. The LR Count Khalifa with items, I'm sure yes, you'd be fine. They'd have their guaranteed double super in the first 2 turns. Your only problem is going to be when you get to Roshi at the very end, him being tech, he's going to hit them so hard that it's going to be like, even with items, like, I don't know, it's like tough. You're going to have a really hard time recovering. So you're relying on, attack placement, which happens, right? You know, it just be like that sometimes, but. So for instance, like this turn, all these super attacks on her, attack placement, great, phenomenal. But you know, sometimes it doesn't work that way. Cowboy here at the end, she's mainly here for the heal. She gets fucking hit so hard, like bad. I think she gets hit hard here. So Gohan is the one that usually I notice hit us the hardest. So we sealed him, we lowered his attack, we still took 70k. We didn't lower Vegeta's attack. I don't even want to know how much fucking damage I was going to take. we were probably gonna take 150k from that normal. Like, I've seen her get obliterated, and I have been very upset. I almost dropped her a couple times to try out other Peppy gals because of how bad, like how hard she got hit. It made me think like maybe I'm making a mistake, but it worked out in the end. And then you run this rotation. It's your other defensive rotation, and I think this is common knowledge at this point, but to run them together, they do well with Ki, even though that first Rebjorn doesn't link at all. She only needs 2 Ki spheres, so she's fine. But they're giving each other both, and then launch 60%, no, 40% attack and defense, 20% each, so 40% attack and defense. Now everyone's got. Then they're debuffing the enemy rotation each 30%, so 60% attack and defense is nerfed. So you can't hurt us. Like, they just don't they don't get hurt. It doesn't matter. Not to mention we can seal now 2 enemies, so it's really good if we can get one guy out of here in this and the next fight. You want to go down, you know, really quickly, because then when you have a rotation like this, you can seal them both. That means the next rotation's perfectly fine, and then when we come back to this rotation again, we'll seal them both. And if we can't, if by, you know, bad luck they have in the super rest before we could seal them, we've nerfed them 60% attack and defense. You can't, it doesn't matter if you super rest, you're fine. I've been supered on turns like this, and they'll take like 60k, 50k. It's like retarded. In the last fight though, we have the Fizz unit. I have not been supered by him to see what it does, but I was terrified to find out, so I always locked him in real fast. This is unfortunate. I mean, Gohan's not sealed, so I don't know. Like, he could super me in that first slot. Kale has a way better attack stat, but I can't take the chance to find out if she would survive defensively. She has not supered much. Okay, I think that wraps, honestly, most of this up. We're gonna see the Dokkan attack does nothing. It does dick. But I'm just gonna let this video run. I don't think there's any much more to comment. I'll probably chip in at the end. So, we're hopping into now this last fight. This is by far the most annoying one, which makes this whole stage annoying because you get through the first two fights, seemingly no problem, and you get here and you just get fucked because there's no pure Saiyan. So this rotation is fine. The next rotation is not fine. So I use launch to attack Yamcha, as he's going to pose the biggest threat because type advantage. So she's going to greatly lower his attack many times. The other two rebrands are going to seal the other two players. So we now can have the entire rotation sealed. Now, launch's super attack will seal Yamcha now, but it will not carry over next turn. He ended up supering here, but we get the 5 magical dodge. That would have done probably a little over 100k for sure. So very nice to just not have to deal with that. 5 dodge is looking good on int units. So she gets a couple attacks in, but because we have the double lowering, even though she only lowered Yamcha, we can actually take pretty good damage from everyone across the board. If that double lowering effect was not going on, it would have been bad. Now, what I had always done, this is the first time I didn't do this, and then I win. What I had always done was, I said, okay, Khalifa, you still have a good chance to dodge, and I throw her in there. And then, for some reason, it never clicked in my mind. Okay, how about I just go with the more consistent choice? Hale will guard and raise her own defense, so he will very quickly become double digits on normal. So I was like, why am I not stupid? And that's what I do here. So there's more attacks in that second. So right now I'm lost on why Yamcha is not stunned, sealed. That, like, I'm lost right now. That's why I was doing that. So I start going pretty hard on Oolong. He has seemingly the lowest health. So I get him down as much as possible, and then go for the seal on Yamcha if he so happens to super attack me in that last slot, because Yamcha is the only one not healed. So you get one dodge. Yeah, we get both dodges right there, so she's pretty clean. Now we're going to get actually, you know, the bulk of the hits here. So their roles kind of reversed, right? So Kale is now taking on most of the hits, because Khalifa does not have her guaranteed dodge. But look, 15k, like, we're fine, dude. Like, that is very, very acceptable damage. I must have done this like 5 or 6 times before I thought about it. Like, wait, why don't I just change their spots? Like, I kept putting Khalifa in front of all the attacks like an idiot. So, double super from her, but her defense is so high, she's doing great. Still took a lot of damage because we never actually lowered Oolong, which this is also why we want Oolong dead, because he's the biggest problem for sure. So, he's attacking directly after, so I actually sealed him just in case he happens to be supering right there. We will also right here super Yamcha, because at this point, oh yeah, I do change up my rotation. There's so many Oolong attacks at the end that it's too risky. Even if they're lowering, she's still going to take close to 100k. With all the lowering, it probably wouldn't be that bad, but she would still take the most damage. So I actually break up the rotations, which is a bit risky. But the only good thing is, if I happen to take too much damage on the next rotation, I didn't throw Toa off, which means I can get her heal to come right back. So that was also part of my thought process. But I really need Oolong dead. So I actually go and seal Oolong and lower his attack because of how bad it's going to be. A bit of a chance we take that Yamcha doesn't super. Works out though, he doesn't, but he could have. He wasn't sealed. So I ended up like kind of not paying attention, and I didn't need to seal him again. I don't know. Kind of messed up there, but it is what it is. Yeah, because right now only two of them. No, only one. No, yeah, them two are sealed. So Yamcha is free to do whatever the fuck he wants, and that's like a bad call. And he's not even a tackler anymore because it wore off. So this is a big risk here that I've taken because I made that mistake last time. Well, yeah, like she tanks very well. Like she's chilling, and then she super attacks. So now her defense is going higher, and it's like every time she super attacks, we get less and less of risk. Like no double super. Like the first time in the fight, she didn't double super. It's not guaranteed anymore. Her medium chance to super is in her passive, and it comes from having Kale on rotation. So that's why she can still triple super. Still helpful for her to raise her own defense, but she just starts out so low. Even if she gets hit, it would do a lot. It would, yeah, 80k. She just triple supered. It doesn't matter. Her defense is so low. It just takes so long. Honestly, very fair for a unit that can dodge like almost the entire dope in the game. So we actually go for the lower there, but look, we only got hit once. And I'm like, what? Like, she super attacked only one time. That is unbelievably unlucky. Very lucky for us, though. Toe is here. We get a big heal from her. And we're able to press on. So, things are looking quite good. We got now Oolong out of here. We are going to seal Roshi. He doesn't attack him before. So we could get supered by Yamcha, and it would hurt because we only have, one Ribian right now, so it could hurt. But we can guarantee that Roshi won't super, which doesn't actually mean much. So what is this? 150? Yeah, 160k. Not the best. Not a nice number to see. So we make sure he doesn't super us, even though it wouldn't have done much. And then she is able to get us some pretty decent number. 1.7 is not bad. And then we can seal him. We have the guaranteed double, and I think did you get the stun? No. But a triple super raises her defense just so much. Yeah, we did get the stun. Okay. So she's fine, right? Nothing could hurt her. And then we get the lowering on him because we obviously couldn't guarantee that he was going to be stunned there. Roshi is going to deal very little damage. Thank you, type of thing. We're still maintaining our rotations. They're looking very good. We got a lot of tech orbs to pick up. So I'm really starting to feel confident here. Yeah, I can give all that to Khalifa. He's a pretty decent heal right there. And then a lot of indoors you can get to Brienne. Again, quite decent for sure. Get our health up very nicely. Gonna get the Dokkan attack next turn. Our second Dokkan attack of this fight, which is just absurd. Like that just shows how weak they are offensively, that it takes 2 Dokkan attacks, I think, on average to finish this fight. I don't think anyone that's beaten it with only one. So. Yeah, so he's dead now. We actually get double super, so we can seal Roshi. Totally over for sure. But hey, sure, we'll take that. We get our Metamorphosis link going off, so we get a big heal. We're gonna get the Dokkan attack. Like, we're literally at this point, I know it's over. I have, just a bunch of int units. Hale and Khalifa, their, stats have just risen so much that they're healing a ton. And, like, we can keep him sealed almost Yeah, like we can almost guarantee he's gonna be sealed like the whole time. It's just over, right? So he can't super us. He's attacking type disadvantage almost every time. We're just lowering his attack the whole time. Peppy Gals is a really strong team in terms of versatility, right? Like they conceal, they're lowering attack, they're doing just so much. They're stunning. They do so much. So it's actually what makes this run so easily. Like in other runs, you're looking for units that can seal and for stunning, and you know most of the good Peppy Gal units do that, right? So it's quite easily done, I'd say. Like after lowering anyone's attack, that again, one time she supered. I think her passive wore off. Yeah, it did turn 8. So that's actually probably why she only supered that one time previously. Her passive wore off. Wears off for after like 6 turns. But yeah, full health, like we're done. It's over. It just takes forever, unfortunately. They just don't hit hard, and every enemy's health is so high. I think they really made this knowing they're coming out with Videl. I have no idea what I'm even bothering for with switching. Really the last turn. Yeah, that is it. A smooth run to say the least, but Peppy Gal's done in the books. Moving on to the next one. I thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think, what part you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night.